had this big question this morning. How come that my finances are a mess? I have just a few people around me in friendships, not the people that are on that level that I am. How come that is that? And how come that my energy is not there, but often depleted? While I'm living in alignment, how is that even possible, right? So that was my big question I had this morning. And the insight I got is so beautiful that I want to share it with you. So I shared a few weeks ago, and this is going so fast, right? A few weeks ago, I was depleted, exhausted, tired, and the only way out was to not work harder, not rest more. However, even more I was resting, it didn't really change anything. The only thing what I understood that, okay, there's so much energies coming in, and the magnetic field of the earth is much higher, and that makes us really exhausted. And the only way out is move from you doing and achieving and getting things done in your life to the state of beingness. Now, not a meditation, but it's just putting gestures with the words, right? As we speak. I just want to have a conversation with you about this. So I have a few notes that I wrote down for myself to understand it, because there's a few things that really resonated with me. And that one is alignment is not the same as embodiment. And where does resonance come in? Where is my tone? Where is my energy come into this? So that I got some clarity on. And I would like to discuss it further with you, because verbalizing it here helps me to get clarity in my mind and helps you as well, I believe. Because when I did the video about why are we so exhausted, while I was in the middle of that exhaustion, all the comments and reading each other comments, it really felt we were one big exhaustion family. It was a bonding exercise in that way, and so beautiful, right? So now we are, 3 weeks later? Yes, exactly, 3 weeks later. I have walked outside of the exhaustion. I'm not exhausted full time anymore, but I have to really watch what I do. So I'm still regular. My energy was before there, like this is the lowest, and now it's like maybe 60%. The more I do in alignment, the better that goes. So my question was like, I live so well in alignment. I mean, I work with that. I support people to live in alignment with the higher self, right? All that is there. All that is there. So what else do you want from me, right? What else do I need to do? And I'm understanding more. I'm becoming the resonance, the tone. I made a drawing the other day. It was actually for my boot camp, and that I'm doing at the moment. The boot camp is called Beyond the Point of No Return. And for that, I made this drawing. So let me see if I can. Yes. Resonance, right? I don't want to teach. I want to discuss this with you. So I'm becoming more and more the resonance, the tone, understanding that, okay, when I was like, let's hold on a moment, because this is important, right? Living in alignment, I think you're with me there, right? Living in alignment is really listening to what is aligned. So that's the only way out of the exhaustion, right? I believe. Listening to what is aligned, only do what is aligned, getting away from judgment, start to accept others, and let go of the things that are not yours. And what else did I write down? Yeah. Basically, it comes down to you walk your path without distortion, without patterns. You really move away from that state of doing, right? Achieving, going, running, making life happen. Then that really no longer works. So if you're really in that no longer works, and you notice that because you're exhausted, or because the finances are taken away, or because your relationships are breaking, you lose your job, or whatever is most threatening to you. So you are forced to shift to the other side in a state of beingness. This is the Grand Awakening. And my question was also, is everyone tired? It's like, no. So why are we tired, and why is just a part of the population exhausted? It's because those are the ones who have woken up. Those are the ones that on that spiritual path. Those are the ones. So it's a good sign. Yeah. So this is for those that are ascending, or whatever you want to call that, right? I don't like that word, but so yeah, great. So I was like, but I'm already living in alignment, right? And you might not still be there, but I do listen deeply. I do for many years already, following my intuition and doing only that. So I said the other day in a video, one of the videos here, that how is it possible that I'm already doing, oh no, I said, I'm already living in alignment for so many years, I thought. But apparently not. Because I thought living in alignment is the ultimum, is that is what is required. That's it. And this morning I got to the understanding, no, that's the beginning. And that's what I said there. Like, I thought that was the end station and it's just beginning there. And I thought it's even more and more and more in alignment. But that's not it. So this really helped me, this insight. So I'm removing from first is that alignment is important, which sometimes feels impossible, yes. But that is important, right? That you don't judge. And so if you're very much in the conspiracy and in all the negativity and you say, this tiredness is because of 5Gs, because of what happened in my country. It's of course about what's happening in the world and the dark forces, or wherever you're in 5G or whatever you're putting it on. Solar flares and all that might be all there or not or whatever. I'm just saying it's not important. What is important is if you focus all your attention there, how does that make you feel? Horrible. Right? You're a victim of your circumstance. It feels horrible. So why focus on it? Yeah, but why focus on it? Yeah, but it's reality. No. There is not one reality. There is so many realities, so you can choose yours. So I know if things are out there, I choose not to focus on it. Does it make me feel better? Yes. I prefer to feel better. Am I ignorant? Yes. I love being ignorant. Yes, it feels so much better. And I say it a bit sarcastic, but ignorant to what? To a reality that's shown there. I'm not ignorant to my reality, where things are just much easier and more pleasant, and that's my reality. You could say too, if you're so focused on the negativity, how come you're ignorant to what is positive? And I'm not. Let me get me right. I'm not just positive thinking. I just choose what's in my reality. And I do see what is in the world, and I choose not to let that affect me. With now and then, of course, it is so tragic. I would feel for a little bit, and then I'm like, okay, how does that feel? How does that contribute to anything that's happening? Not really. Let me move that. Let that move through me and let me come back to my own energy. Immediately I feel it in my stomach. I'm just only talking about it. Yeah, I don't like that feeling. So I can say, but that's reality. Anyway, I don't need to talk to you about this. You know exactly what I mean. Wrong audience. Yeah. But I do get that in comments, so I wanted to address it. So at a certain point, you let that go. Like, yeah, that's there, but I don't want that to be my inner reality. My inner reality and the reality that I'm experiencing. So then the judgments falls away. You start to accept more. You choose the things that are more in alignment. And so that's why I created my Starseed Rising program 1.5 years ago when I was more there. And if you are still, then that might be a great thing to do in getting more into that alignment, right? So then the next thing is that's resonance. That's why I came with this drawing. Resonance, the more you do that alignment, the more you live that, the more you honor that. At a certain point, you become a certain frequency, a certain tone that is of a higher frequency. And then we all have our own tone, our own song, our own music, what we're vibrating. And that's what I'm often hear back from people. Your energy is so nice. So funny. It's like a fish that's in the water. It doesn't know it's in the water until it comes on the shore. I don't know about my energy feeling nice. This is just my energy. So it's really beautiful to hear that back. It's like, oh, apparently my energy feels really nice. I notice it. Now I want to come to the part where I don't understand, and that's why I started with, where I don't understand how come I'm living in alignment. My energy is so beautiful, apparently, and my reality isn't. No, don't get me wrong. I'm doing it very black and white. There's a lot of things really beautiful in my reality where it's not financial. It's bottom rock, below the rock. Never had that in my life for months now. So many things are not paid. I have no clue where that's going. And I laugh about it because that's the energy. It's now like, yeah, that's just what it is. I don't want to focus on it. Same as all this negative. I don't want to focus on it. Just choose not to focus on it. And I'm not telling you to do what I do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and how I believe we're all in this process, right? So that, friendships, it's I can count them on my fingers, and then there's still fingers left of the people that I resonate with and the people in my life that I connect with. I like to have relationships that give me energy, not drain me energy. So if you put that as a condition, not much is left. I would love to see that reflected in a different way. Yeah, like friendships, people in my life. And not that I'm missing it because I'm so freaking happy with myself, but that would be nice. It's more like, how come that is not there? It's just a question. It's interesting. And I know many of you are resonating with that. And how come my energy is not up there, but I still do things in a slow pace, which is beautiful. But, and I'm really listening to my system. And because I'm listening and it's so kind and gentle to my body, I have more and more energy to do things. And I only do that what resonates. I only do that when I feel, that's what wants to come next. And I know so many of you say, but I have to and this and have to that. There is no have to's. You can shift that around to, but I want to. What is it in that, the things that you think you have to, that you want there? A beautiful example, someone has said, I have 5 kids. I have to attend to my 5 kids. Yes, of course you have to attend to your 5 kids. You can do that from, I also have to attend to my 5 kids. And this and that and that. Or, I'm just giving a simple example, right? Or it is, let me think. Isn't that beautiful that I have my 5 kids around me? And yes, it's draining. But let's look at what's so wonderful about the 5 kids. Yes, they're screaming, but it's my 5 kids. Yes, it is a disaster, but they're my 5 kids. 5 of, and it doesn't matter if it's biological or adopted. It doesn't matter. It's that richdom that you have, that the beauty and the love, and you can also focus on that, and then your energy shift with that. Change your perception, change your energy, and that's just one tip of the iceberg. There's so many more things. I put a video, you might want to watch that. This is your story, what you're dealing with. Something around how to work, or how to work when I'm still so exhausted. I mean, how do I even do that? So work could be many things. Raising your children is more than a job, a triple job, right? All right, let me come back to when I want to speak about, yes, the embodiment. I have realized that I'm interusing, that's the word, the words living in alignment and embodiment. And many of us have difficulty with embodiment. So it is really the process of, first there is alignment, then you are the resonance. That's why I understand from this morning. First you are the alignment with your higher self, where you start to really walk your path without the distortion, the strategies of making it happen and being so busy as a human, to the resonance, having embodied all that, right? In a space of no judgment, acceptance, being one with all. I don't always feel one with all, but at least getting closer to that. Don't feeling so separated from to embodiment. Now, I thought these were, and this distinction is actually the answer. How come I'm living so well in alignment? I'm freaking spiritual. I'm dedicated my whole life to it, and it's not showing up in my life. How is that possible? How is it not reflecting? Because when I am the alignment, the idea is we are creating our reality, right? So that should show up in my life. Why is it not showing up? So the understanding is like embodiment is not the same. So first you need to live in alignment, then you are getting more in your own tone, your own energy that apparently people feel, right, when they connect with me. I mean, hundreds of people saying this, so I can say that with confidence, right? And then the last one is, even when I'm like freaking tired, it's like, and what good does it do? Just make me very cynical. What good does it do to be in a good frequency when my reality is not showing it? And how is that even possible? All right. And I know so many of you is like, yes, tell us. And that's what I was like, tell me. So, okay. So what I understand. Let me see what I wrote again. Oh, yeah. Yes. So the embodiment really is that felt experience, right? That you start feeling it in your body. And just for me, I start feeling it in my body. I'm resting more in my body. I'm feeling the field. I'm more relaxed in my body. And I'm also taking some supplements. They're called LVQ+. They're Lumivite supplements, which really calms my nervous system. The moment you take them, immediately then, so what that helps with, that last element, that's what embodiment is, right? That the whole body, physical, really physical, right? We're not for nothing human. The physical elements, my fascia, my nervous system, my endocrine system, all these parts that are still bracing itself. Because our whole life we are bracing. We are ready for disaster. No, we are in survival, basically. We're constantly on alert. And I'm doing like this because it's like your whole body is holding on. Ooh, always on alert. And even when you're calm, there's still something within you. Is it safe? Is it safe? Are we safe? And that often comes from childhood, because there was an element in your childhood or your whole childhood that wasn't safe. That's how I've experienced it. And many. And even when I feel calm and relaxed, that alignment, what I was living in for so many years, I felt that was the relaxed state. But my body didn't feel that. My body was still on alert, which I wasn't aware of. So the embodiment then now is, so that's the process. I think, I want to say that, but I want to say many of us are in, and I know, and that's why we're so exhausted, I wanted to say, but thinking that it's also when you're still in aligning yourself. Let me put it like this. Let me finish this thought and come back to that, because it's not just only this. But for me, in my case, let's put it like that, and then see what resonates for you. That tiredness is related to that embodiment, and the moment I start teaching, I feel I don't want to teach. I want to talk about. I want to have a conversation. So for me, that embodiment is, I know for many others that are on spiritual path already for a while, is, and that's why I'm hesitating, because this is still, I don't really know how to put words for it yet, because that's where I'm in the middle of. Once I know what I understand, once that is done, the full embodiment, where my whole nervous system has relaxed, and that takes time, because it has been a lifetime of bracing, of being in alert. So it's calming, it's calming, it's calming. The fascia, the nervous system, that's why at the moment my lower back hurts, because it's still, that's the last halm it's holding on to. It really feels like the last part. It's like, we're holding on, we're bracing, we're holding on and being ready for the danger. And where the hell is the rest of the body doing anything? Like this, before it was the whole body being part of it. And now it's this last element, the lower back especially, right? which is still all about survival. It's like holding on, the pain there. It's like, we're the last how do you say that? We're the last part of this body holding on. Where is everyone helping us? Please. And that's the pain, right? It's translating in pain. Because my whole body gets, I'm so identified with this part. So let me loosen that a bit. That part still wants to be on the lookout. So that's softening. And why is it softening? Because I am softening. I am really listening the whole time. What does my body need? Where is my energy? Can I stay? Where am I? Okay, let's come back. I was just there. And sometimes even thinking, am I still in my body? Am I still here? No. Oh, I'm there. Let's come back. Let's be here in my own energy, in my own energy field. That's all we need to do, right? And once that is fully embodied, then it will show up in the reality. I'm like, oh, all right. And that makes sense. This makes sense to you as well? Now, I want to talk about manifestation in a moment. And not that I'm doing anything with it, but to understand the difference. So more and more, I'm embodying, you could say I'm embodying my higher self. So from first in alignment, then to the resonance, that my frequency, my energy, where I don't judge, where it's just an energy of beingness more and more. And then it's the embodiment. It's the last stage. Because the body is so trained, so configured to function in a certain way. And that's the last part to shift. Especially your fascia, especially where it contracted really in your body. That makes sense, right? So, the next mission is more of that embodiment. So the supplements help. Me listening to my body. What does it need? Only do that what resonates. And if I have to do things that I have to do for the sake of doing, which is hardly anything, because the way I created my life, then I try to shift my mind around that. So I'm not having to, but wanting to and loving to and enjoying doing it because I focus on the parts that I love. Is there anything else that needs to be shared? Yes. What I like to do, and that's why I like that we have a conversation. And I mean, yeah, that's why I love in the comments, how is this for you, right? Does it resonate? Because I know this is a bit more technical. I really would like to see the coming weeks, I think it's weeks, not months, but who knows, that how that's going to show up in my life. I have never done this before. So my question was then, okay, but why don't I then just manifest money? Because I can just go in the state of financial well-being. I mean, you might have not seen my other videos. I had a really big mishap money-wise, and it's gone. It's done. I don't want to talk about it. But the fact is that it's rock bottom. There's rent, not paid. Bills, not paid. A lot of things coming up, no clue how to pay it. And I think, and it feels very vulnerable to say that. And I never wanted to speak about it. And that's for the last months. But I think it's so crucial because I want this conversation to be in a way, let's see how this develops, right? If I'm going to, I don't know if this is going to work out. You know, I've never done this before. None of us has done this before, I think. So I'm in a state with, I can't be really stressed about it anymore. I'm like, let go of it. I'm just in my energy. And so my question was then also, why don't I just manifest? And we can, right? Well, manifest money. And what that does is we could focus on that and be in the energy of it, and as if it's already there, and be it. And what it does, and that could be a solution, but what it does, it only put me in a certain state. What I'm doing now with this full embodiment and all my cells and my whole body and all my system is transforming into a state of coherence. It's then I'm already coherence, but the embodiment of the coherence, the embodiment of my higher self, the embodiment of my truth, and my resting in myself. So then it starts to show up in all these different ways in my life. I don't have to manifest. I don't have to hold on to a certain frequency because it's translating automatically like that in life. At least that's what I believe that is. So I rather let it unfold like that and take a little bit more time in the state of the uncertainty, the unknown, and not stress about it, because then I go back to before the alignment, and before the alignment is when we stress about it. So this is a good example of the different phases, right? Before that, just very recent, honest, believe me, I was freaking stressing about it. I was like, why? And why is this happening to me? And how am I gonna live? And maybe I just need to get a normal job. I have my own business, but yeah, it is more flowing out than just coming in at the moment. And especially when you're so tired, you can't work, right? And then at a certain point, it's like, okay, the only way to go about it is to just be freaking aligned and spiritual and bring that into my life and listen better and be even more in alignment and follow my intuition and all that. Done it. Then it's like, but the more I did it, and the more I let go, and I let go, and I let go of the attachment to money, I let go to have it all figured out, I let go of, okay, let all my stuff, take it. If you need to take it, if I need to evacuate this house, let it be. I can't be bothered. Let that go. And I thought I can just be in my car, and then it's like, okay, but what if my car also needs to go? All right, let that go. Let it go. The attachment to it, right? I let it go. All right, what's next? And every time there was another step and layer of come home more, like, okay, there's still attachment to me then wanting to show up to create money, do things to create money. And that was like, let that go. I let that go. I only do what resonates. You might say, but you need to pay the bills. Yes, I know, but I feel this is the only way. So I let go of the need to fixing it, and I do this very serious. Like I'm constantly busy with this. Not busy, but that is my focus. And I'm not like sitting on the couch, laying in and giving up. Not at all. Not at all. I'm actually very active doing this. And at the moment, I'm doing this with a small group in my boot camp, right? Which you can join anytime, where we are that. We're already living in alignment, becoming the resonance and more of the embodiment. Because that's the only way out, I feel. And that's the new energy. And that's what this heightened energy does. It forces us in there. So I better get this organized. That's so old way thinking, right? I better get it organized. But that's my main focus. I'm walking that small path. And yeah, welcome to join and walk it with us, right? Even if you come in later and do it at your own time. I'm holding a field there for everyone that's coming. So yeah, immediately my head hurts a bit of like, stay here, Alice, stay here. I'm going out. Promoting, staying here. You see how subtle that is? Interesting, right? Okay, I think it's enough. Do with it whatever. I love to hear from you. And it was wonderful doing this together with you, and so much love, and looking forward to see you in another one. And have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.